89 డాక్టర్స్ డే స్పెషల్ కుటుంబ సభ్యుల మెడిసిన్ పై 50% తగ్గింపు, డాక్టర్ కన్సల్టేషన్ ఉచితం, డైట్ మరియు ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చార్ట్, ఇమ్యూనిటీ బూస్టర్ మరియు ఫ్రీ కౌన్సిలింగ్, అన్ని రకాల అనారోగ్య సమస్యలకు 89 తో పరిష్కారం.
Salaar fans want to know that they believe that you cracked the magic combination for Salaar and KGF. There's a magic combination of being able to tell something that has immense mass appeal yet has certain authenticity that every member of the audience connects deeply to. Of course, I'm not going to pretend I can decipher Prashanth Neel, but I've heard these young people talk. So what is it to film students that you can say to encourage artistic integrity and yet get the business right? I think that's the quest for everyone, and that's where they fail the most. Either they get carried away like Akshat and go into deep artistic expression, or they get carried away by the business and forget their storytelling integrity. So some words of experience from you.
So I made 4 movies till now. They're mass commercial movies, and they are not the movies that I usually sit and watch on television. So my taste is very different. If given a choice, I would make very different kind of movies. I'd make something like an Inception. I'd make a love story, like Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. But the viability, the feasibility, the business, they all lie somewhere else. Coming from South India, I know where the money comes from. I'm not somebody who has come over here to make a difference. I've come here to make a livelihood, bread and butter, of course, a lot of butter with my bread. And so I understand where I am right now, and I try and make movies with only one intent, and I think they teach this in many schools, business schools, consumer behavior. And I understand that pattern, and even if I'm not comfortable, that's where I said passion goes out of the window. I might not be comfortable making these movies. I probably want to make movies that I want to make, but I'll not do it right now, because when it is only about economics for me. It's the creativity comes from basic necessities for me. I have to make a certain kind of movie. I have to make a movie for Prabhas. I have to make a movie for Yash. I have to make a movie for NTR. When I am making these movies for NTR or Prabhas or Yash, I can't make a Hum Aapke Hain Kaun.
These are great words. I'll share this passage with you, by the way. And I'm looking forward to having you at film school and talking to the students, and I'm sure you would get energized, and they would be energized too. I don't know if we have time for questions from the audience, but I could ask 2 questions.
Sir, this question is, I am Ramlingeswara KV,
Hi.
founder of Neram. This question for you, Mr. Prashanth sir. While before making the movie, when the story in the script level, that is the vision of the director. He prepares everything script level. In your vision, who you think as a hero? Is it yourself or any other person?
So it's not as innocent as just writing a story for us. The moment we start writing characters, we say, okay, Amitabh Bachchan is going to be playing this character. The hero of this movie is going to be Prabhas. and the heroine is going to be played by Deepika Padukone. I'm talking about Kalki. I don't know why I mentioned all of those names, but I'm just giving you an example. So it would have been fantastic for us not to have, and we could even sketch it out. But it happens that it is probably the most polluted way of making of telling stories. It's not as beautiful as we think it is from the outside. It is commercial. You go pay money, pick up popcorn, and I don't know why I'm belittling the film industry also right now, but it is very simple. We make film for the screen. It is an audio visual experience. So we do everything possible to enhance that only through audio and video. So the way we think is very different. I wish we could just make a pure story and say it the way that story is, because our stories are more beautiful than they appear on screen.
So actually, this is in the relation of what you were also talking about. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So you talked about consumer preference and economics game, and this is one of the phrase which has also been going around is that do we live in a consumer-driven economy or do we live in a production-driven economy, right? And in terms of even in media, what kind of films are being produced?
You're watching, like, let's say 2 films in a week, it's accounting to 3% or less than 3% of your time in a week, right? So if that is making you do something wrong, then there's something inherently wrong with you. So
Well, I did warn you that the audience are not going to be the fans you're used to seeing. They're going to be a very different audience, a very evolved audience, a very responsible audience. Thank you so much for being such a patient and encouraging audience. It has taken a lot of courage and a lot of effort to make this happen, and I want to thank Harish for not giving up on us and giving us this opportunity. But this is one of the first conversations about failure that I have been part of in film industry. Nobody likes to talk about it. Everybody's hurting too much. And everybody's in their own struggle. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prashanth. Thank you, Akshat.